Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Capricorn for the month of May. Welcome Capricorn. Let's see what's going on. So energy around you guys for May is justice, karma, balance. I'm getting a lot of these big cards in these readings in the last couple of months since everything's been sort of suspended in the universe with the lockdown, etc. But we're achieving balance is the main message I'm getting with that. So for you especially, it's just balance, karma. And all the signs, the Leos will be concerned about work and getting things done, but there's a nice balance happening. You've got it balanced. Your work's balanced with your emotional life. Where you are right now, Capricorn, the mother energy. Mother energy is coming through the Empress. The Empress is beautiful. It's the archetype, a female archetype, and it's about abundance as well. So I'm feeling like there's a lot to do, but the main thing about the Empress is always mother. So looking at your own mother, or if you're a mother, it's all about it, but mainly mother keeps coming through to me, and abundance. So creating everything that you want to create. Why has she come into your reading? What's influenced this is judgment. So clearing your karmic debt. Now this might be with your own mother for some of you. Or for the females too, it's about clearing the karmic debt, and that's around, so second chance is coming through. So it's all about sort of going back to basics really, and being grateful for our mothers, or for the females in our lives, or as females just knowing that balance is achieved, and it's very karmic as well. So everything is exactly how it should be at the moment, especially in your life at the moment, Capricorn. The background of this situation, exhaustion. So this is what we came up with, in March, when the lockdown came into play for everybody's good, whether, I don't care what people say, but it was necessary. From a universal point of view, it's like exhaustion, everyone absolutely exhausted, burnt out. And now, burnt out, and we know what happens after something has been burnt, it regenerates, doesn't it? You get new life. So very necessary. Too much was going on, Capricorn. Recent influences. The King of Cups. So the King of Cups is sort of the very male energy. It's almost like the emotional sort of male energy. And males and emotions are kind of a difficult mix, because often men hide emotions. So it can come across as somebody, this male sort of energy of a suffering type of energy, but it's also, you can change that narrative somehow by just accessing. And this time, I think in the last 6 weeks, we've been accessing our emotions and catching up with people from the past, and Zooming, and virtually living in a virtual life where we can sort of Skype and do whatever we do, FaceTime. So it's sort of clearing a lot of that emotional energy there, Capricorn. Especially for the males. It's tapping into the emotions, but in a nice way that males can apprehend it without sort of, bursting out into this emotional being suddenly, because men just aren't made like that. They're very intuitive, and they're practical. So that's interesting. The lesson you're learning in May, you're on your path, so keep moving forward. Very vulnerable. There's a vulnerability about the star where we sort of feel like, what am I doing here? Is this the right path? Yes, you're supposed to be exactly where you are. but being a bit vulnerable too, and especially with this mother card and then this this could be the father card as well. Parents, maybe I'm thinking, for those of you sort of maybe in your 40s or upwards, you know, parents and older parents, that sort of thing. But just knowing that it's a good time in May just to connect and Skype them and see how they're going, that kind of thing. Clearing all that backlog of energy that before this happened, we were too busy to, I'll ring mum tomorrow, I'll ring them, I'll ring these people, you know, we were always too busy. It was ridiculous. Near future, we have the review card of the 7 of coins. So look, you're doing really well. Your garden's looking fabulous. You've got a chance coming up in the second week of May to absolutely step back and look at what you've created and feel happy about that. But you've also addressed a lot of the emotional stuff that usually Capricorns are busy, you know, creating and doing and working. And they sort of, that gets sort of left till last, or birthdays or Mother's Days, things like that, where we just have chance and breathing space to check, stand back and see how far we've come. So it's a beautiful card. What's happening that you're not realising? Excuse me. 8 of Cups. So there's some sort of emotional need to walk away from a situation. It's difficult, it's tense, and not all our relationships are fabulous. But yeah, there's a sort of sense of it might even be your relationship at the moment, Capricorn, that sort of makes you, yeah, you have to kind of step back and have a look at it and feel like, well, why is it stuck? Why is it, you know, why have I lost my personal power in my relationship? That's what you've got to focus on, I'm afraid to say. It's that time where you've got time to sort of reflect on where it's not going well and how you can fix it. Because there's time now to fix things. How others see you. Yeah, 7 of Cups. So if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. And the 7 of Cups is also that card of, you know, there's 7 things here in this card. But we can't have all 7. We can only have 5 or 6. We can't have everything. And maybe emotionally, I guess for you guys, you're so busy and you're very driven with work and progress and achieving. People sometimes look at you, maybe your loved ones, and think, oh yeah, well, give us a bit of emotional time, will you? You know, just, we can't have everything. But the most important thing is, you know, connecting with people that matter in your life. And thinking things are too good to be true, because this is probably what your mother or something like this, a female in your relationship, for the guys, is thinking, you know, everything's just like this beautiful, it's almost like Disneyland or Hollywood. Nothing is perfect, nothing, absolutely nothing. But you probably are seen to be like that. Quite sort of, you know, the perfection card, but no one's perfect. But that's how people see you. It's interesting, but it's a bit distorted as well. So it's a bit more almost like a worship thing. Interesting. We're going to put one on that later. Positive feelings, yeah, work's going well, giving and receiving well, everything's going well. You're balanced. Once again, balance comes in, you're doing well. You're giving out and you're receiving and giving in equal parts. So that's really nice. And you're feeling positive about that. You're doing something about that. So I think you feel quite pleased with yourself in May because of that nice balance, especially with, you know, emotional relationships that have been a bit fraught. You're sort of balancing it back up again. The outcome. And there's the Queen of Wands at the end. So she's more or less like speaking up for yourself. She comes in to say, well, say what you mean, you know, address issues, move forward, be that fire person that sort of gets things done. Lots of creativity coming into Capricorn for you, but also the ability to be able to say what you mean, as the Queen of Wands does. She's a very loyal person, but she doesn't hold back when something needs to be said. So it's sort of about really moving forward and just being sort of transparent in terms of what you want, what you don't want. Yeah, very creative as well. I'm just going to put one clarifying card on that Seven of Cups, because that's quite interesting. Other people seeing you as this perfect sort of being, which really doesn't exist. It only exists in celluloid, like in Hollywood, as I said. So let's see what's underneath that, Capricorn. Two of Wands. It might even be a new job or a new path for you coming through that may be offered to you, and it may also be and just look at it under the microscope there, Capricorn, because it might seem too good to be true. But you've got options there, so just be really sort of emotionally tuned into what it is you feel is right for you. And the Two of Wands sort of says that you will move forward with whatever this project is. It's going to go really well, extremely well, because we ended up with the Queen of Wands, and she's about progress and forward moving energy. And this is about potentials. So there could be a few new offers of some kind to move forward for yourselves, but it's great. And make that decision to move forward, but also err on the side of caution. If it sounds too good to be true, it may well be. So speak up for yourself. Say, oh, well, you know, that sounds great, but what about this? You know, balance, karma, because there might be a trick. Okay, let's see what your Buddha reading card says. Message for May for Capricorn, please. Okay. Courage. It is not the strength of the body that counts, but the strength of the spirit. Courage is a spiritual strength taking you beyond all fear and resistance to remove internal and external blockages on the path. Courage. There you go. I rest my case. Thanks so much for listening, Capricorn. I'll talk to you at the end of May.